Guys, this shouldn't be an argument. If you stab somebody at a school event, you should go to jail. Why didn't you just fight the other kid? What made it seem as if it was a good idea to stab another child? Why are we fighting over this as black people? What the hell is wrong with y'all?
I agree. I agree. And we got to double back to a topic of discussion from yesterday where we had a bunch of black women who were pushing back against the narrative, right? Where, you had a bunch of black women who were basically saying, no, Carmelo Anthony deserved what he got. It's that simple. You shouldn't be out here stabbing people because they might have pushed you. Now, I'm not advocating for putting your hands on anybody, but still, if you were offended by being pushed, maybe push them back. But you don't escalate that to then stab somebody. That is just absolutely crazy. So I want to dive into it a little bit more because I got some more clips. Not going to keep y'all here long today, all right? Not going to keep y'all here long. I know I already made a video on this topic of discussion, but I just wanted to hit it again because you have a lot of, it's usually like the loudmouth individuals who are always the ones that are in the spotlight. And of course, we've all seen the viral clips of the black people outside of the courtroom going crazy, yelling and screaming. I got 5 boys. What am I supposed to tell them? Well, you're supposed to tell them not to stab people. That's what you're supposed to tell them. We've all seen the clips, but I want to push back against that a little bit. Just to show that not all black people agree with that. All right, let's jump into it.
Let's be honest, bro. 2 high school students arguing back and forth, does that really justify somebody to lose their life? Like, let's just be honest. If I tell you, bro, I wish you would. Come on, I dare you, nigga, touch me. If I'm saying stuff like that, does that sound like I'm a victim at that point? Like, let's really be honest, bro. Let's cut out all the race. Let's just make these people both the color green. Come on, like, what? I don't get it, man. And I know people gonna call me a sellout. They definitely gonna see that. I know I'm finna get ate up in the comments. But I'm just being honest, bro. We all know what's the number one rule when it comes to dealing with people that you don't want to deal with. Hey, back out the fight. You don't got to argue every point. The moment you stand there arguing with people saying, I wish you would, bro, you not sounding like a helpless victim no more. And you in high school and you shanked the dude, bro. Man, let's be.
Nah, he's speaking facts. And because some of us, like him and myself, because we speak facts, we're called all types of names. All types of names under the sun. He's got an American flag hanging in his vehicle, and they'll call him names because of that. It's absolutely crazy, man. It genuinely is. This shouldn't be rocket science. You don't stab somebody because they pushed you. And I'll reiterate this. I've seen maybe even hundreds of fights. Nobody's ever been stabbed because of a fight. The pride might have been hurt. Might have been real hurt. Because they got laughed at when they came back to school the next day. Or when they came out that bathroom after they got beat up. Because I just see some bathroom fights too. But at the end of the day, they weren't buried 6 feet in the dirt because of it. And none of them went to jail because of it. Honestly. Not that I could ever remember. Just young kids fighting. And like I said before, I didn't even go to like a ghetto school. I honestly don't remember what was happening that year. But hey, entertainment, I guess. But my point is, nobody died. Nobody was shot. Nobody was stabbed. Might have had some scrapes. Might have had some bruises, might have had some skin that got taken off because, there was some fights on concrete and some people. Matter of fact, I do remember a fight that was on some concrete, and one guy slammed another guy, but his hand was underneath him when he slammed him. So, like, all of this skin was, like, all messed up. Some of his knuckles had the skin torn off. Yeah, it looked bad. But he was breathing. He went home just fine, okay? Actually, he won that fight, but his hand didn't look like it. His hand did not look like it. But, yeah, everybody was alive. So don't sit here and tell me that, oh well, he put his hands on Carmelo. So like, no, I've seen enough of that to know that you don't have to resort to stabbing somebody. I've even seen somebody get jumped. Nobody died. Nobody got stabbed. It got broken up eventually, but still, even the person that was getting jumped didn't pull out a knife and start stabbing people. Like that's still just crazy. It's crazy, you know. But let's hop into this next clip that I got for y'all, and I'm gonna let y'all get out of here.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Being black right now is completely embarrassing. You niggas are some of the most vile, inhumane species that have ever graced the earth. For days, I've watched black people jump around like monkeys, act a belligerent fool, act a whole entire nut over a decision.
That guy actually ended up getting arrested. That was jumping in that white man's face right there. I don't know what he got arrested for, but I saw a video where that same day he actually ended up getting arrested. There's a cop right there too, right behind him. But so maybe he touched him at some point. I genuinely don't know. I didn't dive too deep into it, but yeah, this guy ended up getting arrested. If anybody knows why he got arrested, type it in the comments, please.
Over a decision that somebody chose to do. And now, y'all are out here harming innocent white people in the name of Carmelo Anthony. You know, I again, as
when she says you're out here harming innocent white people in the name of Carmelo, there are some videos circulating online of some black folks walking up to white people, and I mean slapping the mess out of them, slapping the crap out of them, and saying, "Weren't you on the jury? Weren't you on the jury?" And I don't even mean like a light slap. I mean they cocking back right across these white people's face and accusing them of being on the jury for the Carmelo Anthony case, knowing full well that they weren't on the jury for the Carmelo Anthony case. They just wanted an excuse to slap a white person. So yeah, I think that is what she is referring to when she says hurting innocent white people.
I again, as I've said before, I am a Christian woman, and I know that the Lord don't make mistakes, but I just know that He has to look at the nigger population and know that He definitely made a big time mistake with y'all. Since I'm on the road with keeping it real about you niggas, let's keep it real. Y'all with this nigger mentality mindset is holding white people hostage. And you're holding white people hostage for some shit that you did. Because see, you niggas have been violating God. Y'all have been violating God since the biblical time. Y'all have been so disrespectful to the word of God so bad that He put a curse on us. He said that your kids and your kids' kids and their kids are going to feel the effects of your disrespectfulness. And it's so crazy because to this very day, y'all still continue to defy God. We are the reasons that we are at the bottom of the totem pole. No other race is responsible for why we are here. The same behavior that's happening now was the same behavior that happened back then. And because of that, we are still reaping what we sow behind it. We put our own self in bondage. We put our own selves in captivity. All because of our stupidity. It's all because of the bad behavior. What do we say? We know when a person has learned their lesson through changed behavior, and the behavior is still the same. We have not learned nothing. Because we have learned nothing, we are continuing to rot as a nation of people. That is why I am so grateful that God has separated me from the majority of you niggas. And I know a lot of y'all don't like when I use the term nigga. But you have to understand that this is a subset of black people. It's not all of us. It is a subset of us that displays this animalistic behavior that make y'all think that we as a people, that we all act like that and we don't. And I hate to say it, but until the mindset of black people change, this Carmelo Anthony case is going to be a continual thing. Black kids will continue to die. While this case is closed, the headlines will still continue. We are always the usual suspect.
She's right. Black kids will continue to die. You know why? Because you had way too many black people out here right after the Carmelo Anthony case making excuses for what he did. And so now some black kids are going to see that and say, well, I can do the same thing that he did. And it's not true. So either black kids are going to die or more black kids are going to jail for a long time. Like, and that's why I find it funny how, you know, when people like myself or her or the black woman from yesterday that I showed you guys, and if you haven't seen that video, definitely go and check it out. Or the black guys from the beginning of this video. I find it funny that we're all called the names. We're all called the Uncle T's and the C word, which I can't use because YouTube doesn't like it. We're all called the names, or the bootlicker, or we caping for the white man. When in reality, it's them. They're the ones that are destroying black people, not us. I advocate against abortion. Why would we want to exterminate ourselves? They're advocating for it and voting for the party that's pushing them towards it. How does that make sense? You're caping for a political party, lining up to vote for a political party that is advocating for the extermination of your race, which they've always done. They're just doing it in a more covert way now by saying, you know, my body, my choice. Hey guys, here's a free abortion. Eliminate yourselves from the gene pool. And you got some black folks who will call me all types of names under the sun, clapping like a bunch of seals. It's crazy. But I'm the Uncle T, though. Right.
Fixing common denominators and everything. And until that changes, we're going to expect more funerals on the horizon because y'all don't believe in change. Y'all not going to change the problem. And it's just going to be a continual cycle. So let's just be prepared to see more Carmelo Anthonys in the future. Y'all be blessed.
Yeah. It's exactly what we're going to see. It's exactly what we're going to see. It's a never-ending cycle because nobody wants to say what needs to be said. The black women from yesterday said what needed to be said. She said what needed to be said. I've said what needed to be said. And yet we're all called all types of names under the sun. Joe Biden, you know, kind of funny how that works. But Joe Biden would say that none of us are black. Right? Or at least me. You know, I don't know how they vote. But based on what they've been saying, I would assume that they don't vote the way that I think they do. Right? So, it's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. But maybe one day enough black people will finally wake up. And listen, I do think more and more black folks are waking up, which is beautiful to see, but not enough. Not enough. This shouldn't have been an issue whatsoever with this trial. This should have been cut and dry. Yeah, brother, you black. I feel bad for you, but you were wrong. That should have been the statement. Do your time because you did the crime. Simple and plain. It should have never been about any type of race. It shouldn't have been about, you know, the judge or the prosecutor or any of that. But, of course, you know, it's just going to continue. Anyway, y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.